So here we have Work Together 2-2. When we look at our instructions for Work Together 2-2, it says T accounts are given below. Your instructor will guide you through the following example. Kathy Burgum owns Burgum Services. Burgum Services uses the following accounts. Some accounts will be explained in lesson 2-3. Okay, so we have cash, accounts receivable, supplies, prepaid insurance, accounts payable, bail supply, and Kathy Burgum Capital. The rest of them after capital we're going to learn about on Monday. So we have transactions April 1st through the 9th. I need to read instruction number 1 first. It says prepare 2 T accounts for each transaction. On each T account, write the account title of one of the accounts affected by the transaction. For each transaction, the first T account should be the account debited and the second T account should be the account credited. Note the computer will grade your assignment as correct only if the T accounts are in that order. Then it says write the debit or credit amount in each T account to show the transaction's effect. So unlike what I did on the board, you don't have to write debit on the left, credit on the right, normal balance plus, and the opposite side decrease. I did that because that's one of the things you have to know in your head when we're going through and completing these. You have to understand what the normal balance side is. So when we take a look here, April 1st, we have 2 T accounts here. For Aplia, they tell you the account that is being debited has to go first. So we have to go through and answer some questions first before we type anything in. So the April 1st transaction reads, receive cash from owner as an investment. So when I receive cash from an owner as an investment, I need to think about what accounts are being affected and how they're being affected. So Kyle, what are my 2 accounts for the April 1st transaction? Okay, so which one do you want to talk about first, Kyle? Okay, cash is what type of an account, Kyle? Okay, what side of the accounting equation? Correct. So we know that cash is increased with a debit. So on this transaction, Kyle, do we have more cash or less cash? So based on the question that I just answered, Kyle, we have determined that cash is being increased. The increased side of cash is a debit, so cash is going to be listed first. So that's all of the questions I asked before I type anything. So the first account I'm affecting is cash. The second one is Kathy Burgum Capital, and I'm just going to put those 2 accounts in there. I really had to ask myself all of those questions before I could go ahead and type anything. So now Kyle said that we have more cash. Cash is an asset, and assets are on the left-hand side of the accounting equation. So therefore, we are going to be debiting cash $5,000. You don't need to put a plus or anything. You just put $5,000 as a debit. So now Kathy Burgum Capital. Seth, what is the type of a classification for Kathy Burgum Capital? What side of the accounting equation? On the right side, so therefore it's a credit, right? So do we have more capital or less capital because of this transaction? More. So we are going to credit capital because it's on the right-hand side for $5,000.
Please excuse the interruption. At this time, all juniors should report to the buses, which are located right out in front of the commons. Again, at this time, all juniors, please report to the buses for your field trip, located in front of the commons.
Juniors, we are going to finish up this Work Together 2-2. I will have the YouTube video posted, and you find a link on the right-hand side. You will have application 2-2 due for Monday. Got her, Otter? If you need a pass for study hour or something, come find me. April 2nd. Paid cash for supplies. Notice April 2nd is down below here. One of the things that we have to go through and do is determine what accounts are being affected. So, Jared, what 2 accounts are being affected by April 2nd? Oh, he just left. He can't answer that question. He's not in the room. Fox, what 2 accounts are being affected?
Cash and supplies.
Okay. What account do you want to talk about first? Cash. What type of an account is cash?
Asset.
So what's its normal balance side?
Left side.
And that is called?
Debit.
Debit. So For this transaction, Fox, do we have more cash or less cash?
Let's
Okay, so cash is going to be debited or credited, Fox?
there. No credit.
Which one? You said them both.
Credit.
You sure? You locking in your answer? Final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just said that we are going to be crediting cash because cash is an asset. We have less cash now, so I need to put cash as my second account. The other account that Fox said was supplies. So I'm going to credit cash for $50. So Garrett, what kind of account is supplies? What side of the accounting equation is it on? Left, so what's its normal balance? Correct. So normal balance is the increase side. So Garrett, do we have more supplies or less supplies? So therefore we have to increase supplies, so we're going to debit supplies $50. April 5th. Pay cash for insurance. Let's go through. Carly, what are my two accounts that I'm affecting? Okay, which one do you want to talk about? Cash. What type of account is cash? Okay, what side of the accounting equation is it on? So what's its normal balance? Correct. So cash has a debit normal balance. Do we have more cash or less cash because of this transaction? Okay, so what does that mean we're doing to cash? Are we debiting or crediting it? Correct. So that means cash needs to go second. She told me the other account that we're dealing with is prepaid insurance, so I'm going to fill that in. Kendra, what type of an account is prepaid insurance? Normal side. What side of the accounting equation is it on? Normal balance? Correct. Do we have more insurance or less insurance, Kendra?
More.
So are we going to debit or credit prepaid insurance? Correct. I really am asking these questions over and over again because that's what you have to do to determine how you're recording this transaction. April 6th, bought supplies on account from Bale Supply. Caden, what two accounts are affected?
Supplies and accounts payable.
Okay. Which one do you want to talk about?
Supplies.
Supplies. What type of an account is supplies?
Asset.
Side of the accounting equation is it on?
Debit.
Left?
Yep.
So normal balance is?
Debit.
Correct. So, Caden, for this transaction, bought supplies on an account, do we have more supplies or less supplies?
More.
So what is the more side of supplies?
Debit.
Correct. So we're going to have to put supplies first. Brett, accounts payable, Bale Supplies. What type of an account is it?
Credit.
Nope. You jumped ahead like 3 questions. Asset, liability, or owner's equity?
Liability.
Liability. What side of the accounting equation it's on?
Credit. On the right side.
Right side, which means it has a
Credit.
normal balance. Okay, see, I told you, you were like jumping ahead 3 questions. Your mind is going there. I like it. Okay, so accounts payable, Bale Supply has a credit normal balance. Do we owe Bale Supply more money or less money because of this transaction?
More money.
Yes, so we have to credit accounts payable, Bale Supply, $100. Last one on our work together. Paid cash on account to Bale Supply. So, if I pay cash on account to Bale Supply, Seth, what are my 2 accounts? Paid cash on account to Bale Supply.
Accounts payable, Bale Supply, and cash.
Correct. Which account do you want to talk about?
Accounts payable,
Okay, what type of account is accounts payable, Bale Supply?
liability,
What side of the accounting equation it's on?
credit,
Normal balance is a credit because it's on the right side, right? So do we owe accounts payable bail supply more money or less money?
Or less money.
Less money. So are we debiting or crediting accounts payable bail supply? I'm sorry, say it again? Correct. I just couldn't hear you. My chair squeaked as you're talking. So we are debiting accounts payable bail supply because we owe them less money. The amount that we owe them is going down by $50. So we have to put in accounts payable bail supply is going to be debited $50. The other account that's being affected is going to be cash. Cash is an asset. Assets are on the left-hand side of the accounting equation, so therefore its normal balance side would be a debit. So do we have more cash or less cash because of this transaction, Dale?
You'd have less cash.
So I'm going to credit cash $50. Now here's the thing. For April 9th, if I put cash first as a credit and accounts payable bail supply second as a debit, Applia will mark it wrong. So you always have to put that debit account first. So just giving you that as a heads up. You could have the right accounts, but just listed in the wrong order because debits always come before credits. Go ahead and try the on your own, please.